The Leafs won. They did. Why are we so mad? The Panthers. I forgot. Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do. I'm having a great finger flick. You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Victory, Puppy Ziggy! Guess what team George Peros used to play for? Hey! Guess what team Colin Campbell's son works for? Hey! This is gonna be a long series and I hate you! Leafs win 5-4 in game 1 of their series against the Florida Panthers. I'm gonna be real mad. I'm gonna be real loud while I'm mad. But first, are you ready to win Mother's Day and lock yourself in as the best gift giver in the family? Give the mothers in your life an Aura digital picture frame preloaded with years of amazing family photos. Aura Frames was named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter, and it was featured in 495 gift guides last year. So the next time you need to call your mom, you can also send her a picture from that trip you've been telling her about right from your phone. Aura displays photos in true color and automatically adjusts to the light in the room or in the enchanted snowy forest. At night, when you turn the lights out, your frame also turns off to save energy. There's even an interactive touch bar. You can change photos, view details, even click like, and more, all with a simple tap or swipe at the edge of the screen so you can keep the display smudge-free. Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. For a limited time, Canadian viewers can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $45 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That's auraframes.com, promo code DANGLE. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Oh, that was a great job. That was a great job. Great job. Now let's get mad. Once again, it bears repeating. Leafs win! 5-4 over the Florida Panthers in game 1. Who won? Who won? Was it the team running around doing all that nonsense? Oh, George, cracking down on non-hockey plays. You know what? Forget the game. There were 9 goals in this game, and I'm going to talk about that. Let's talk about what everyone wants to talk about, and that is Sam Bennett. That is Sam Bennett concussing Anthony Stolarz so badly that Stolarz threw up, left the game, and left Scotiabank Arena on a stretcher. This is a 6'7", 220-pound plus man that Sam Bennett nailed right in the side of the head, and he took out the Leafs' best goalie that they've had in God knows how many years. He had the second highest save percentage in the NHL this season. The Panthers are losing this game. His intentions are naked, staring you in the face. But Drew, get ready on the beep button. Let's talk about the Department of Player Safety. Because what is Sam Bennett? Sam Bennett is a hockey player and a coward. We'll talk about that later. But he's a hockey player. I liked him when he was on Team Canada. But right now he's a coward. Sam Bennett, the coward, he's a hockey player who is trying to win a hockey game. He was a hockey player when he was trying to win a hockey game when he took out Matthew Knies in Game 1 of that series against Florida in 2023. What everyone remembers is Bennett taking Knies and slamming him to the ice, slamming his head right into the ice. And by the way, I got nothing. What you need to watch, go watch that play. What Bennett does, and he does this a lot, and he gets away with it every single time. Before he slams Knies into the ice, he skates into him with his fist and nails him at full flight, and he's really good at making it look like an oopsie. What a superpower to make head trauma look like an oopsie. But he punches Knies right in the face, glove on, coward, punches him in the face, glove on, slams him to the ice while he's already staggered. Do you remember that Panthers-Bruins series where Sam Bennett is flying at 1,000,000 miles an hour and with his, he's tucked, he's got it tucked, locked and loaded like friggin' Roman Reigns, and he bashes Brad Marchand right in the face. It is a naked, staring you right in the face, headshot, and nothing happens. So what happens in this one? Sam Bennett cutting in front of the net. Jake Allen said, oh, he's just trying to make a hockey play. Yeah, I bet that's how you would look at it if you were in net there, Jake. Yeah, I bet. Goalie union, my He skates across the net, and again, the oopsie daisy. Isn't it weird that, you know what? If you went to a party, right, and everyone drove, let's say you took your bike, right, and there's this guy who, he's never been here before, but now someone's bike is missing, and you invite him again, and also he's on camera stealing the bike. I should mention that part. And then the next party you invite him to, there's a bike gone. And then the third party, there's a bike gone, and it's all on camera, and nothing gets done about it. In this one, he cuts across the net, and he elbows, punches, forearms, whatever you want to call it, Stolarz right in the head. Hockey guys love saying, you never watched the game, or you never played the game, or whatever. Let me speak the language of the guys who are in the Department of Player Safety. Let me speak to George Peros directly. How many times are you going to let this guy pants you in front of the entire class and spank your bare George? How many times are you going to get fooled by this guy? Let me ask you a genuine question. What are you actually? Well, he was just cutting across the front. That's the third time! Different teams, different players. Here's him cross-checking Michael Bunting in the back of the head, but you hated Michael Bunting and made his life a living hell while he was here. Dude, if Sam Bennett was Michael Bunting or Nazem Kadri, you know what? Let's not make this about Leaf guys. If he was Brendan Gallagher or Evander Kane, this dude would be serving 5 to 10 in Kingston Pen by now. But because he's Sam Bennett and he plays for, I don't know what it is, George. I would love to know what it is, George. He plays for a team that you used to play for? Is that it? Is it because Colin Campbell's son works for the team? Is that it? Is it a little of column A, little of column B? If you suspend him, are you worried about getting a little phone call from a guy who's in the Hall of Fame? I'm not naming names. Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. Colin Campbell. What is wrong with you, dude? Anthony Stolarz, one of the best goalies in the NHL, was taken out early in a playoff series. This is the easiest slam dunk you're ever going to have, George, and you're going to spit in the face of it. Because that's who you are. That's what you are. Resign. Anyway, Leafs won. That was pretty chill. I like that. Also, if you do suspend him, sorry, he's not gonna. Here, let's get Sam Bennett's perspective after the game. Maybe, you know what? I never played the game, right? Let's hear it from Sam Bennett himself. Sam, take it away. From Pierre LeBrun, Sam Bennett was not made available to the media post-game. We asked for him post-game, but Panthers PR said he wasn't talking tonight. Coward. Gloves on, he's got no problem. Gloves off, I didn't see him take them off. Prone guy with his head exposed, bang, oh, that's no problem. Microphone in your face, eek. Oh, the Toronto media, oh yeah, with their unreasonable questions like why does head trauma follow you around like a lingering fart? Not made available after the game? Aren't you humiliated? Aren't you embarrassed of yourself? After a loss too, some leader, good lord. All right, let's talk about this game. Hey, William Nylander, he snipes it 33 seconds into the game. I was pretty happy about that. That was pretty cool. And honestly, pretty unexpected. But while it's a good shot from William Nylander, you have to credit John Tavares, who goes to the net! Sergei Bobrovsky is a really good goalie. Well, at least he is for now. Like, the Leafs might trade for Sam Bennett before game 2, and then he's our snake, right? And then, you know, it's Vitek Vanacek time, right? Isn't that how this works? Joseph Woll versus Vitek Vanacek. Do you take that trade? Yeah, that's okay. I'm not advocating for it. I would never advocate for it. I was only saying if Bennett was on the Leafs because of some mystery trade. This dude is really going to get away with it again. Like, stretchered off. One of the best goalies in the NHL this season. Former teammate. What a and he's going to get away with it again. Okay. Leafs, focus. They're up 1-0 and we're happy. Bobrovsky's a really good goalie. If you take away his eyes, you make him normal, and the Leafs figured that out less than a minute into the game, 1-0. Oh, sorry, I'm already out of breath. I gotta take a break. I need my co-host to fill in. We now go live to George Peros' office. George, people are always criticizing me for just doing my job, and if you think it's so easy, why don't you do it? No, I have to do this forever to prove a point. Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, it's Colin Campbell. Hello?
George?
Yes?
It's Colin Campbell.
I know. It's 2025. Everyone has call display. What's up?
Did you see that Max Domi got within 5 feet of Brad Marchand after a whistle?
I did. Thank goodness they called that. Now I have to ask, did you see that Sam Bennett gave another player a concussion?
No, I don't think so.
No, me neither. Did you see who's on the bench for the Leafs as assistant
Oh,
coach?
it's that faker Mark Savard, isn't it? That big faker.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Oh, I knew that would get him. Thank goodness people aren't listening to this.
Oh, I know. Could you imagine?
No. Thank goodness people aren't going to Google Colin Campbell, Mark Savard and see what comes up. Anyway, is there a reason you're calling?
Well, George, I just couldn't help but notice that my son's team lost tonight.
No, I could see how that would make you upset. Well, I'm actually kind of busy, so how about we call it a night there, Colin?
Yeah, all right. Good night, George, and go Panthers, okay?
You really got to lower your voice when you still work for the league. You still work for... Isn't it unbelievable? Man, I can't believe that's a real thing that happened. Oh my God, I'm going to have this line for the rest of the video, aren't I? Anyway, as George alluded to, the most ridiculous penalty I think I've ever seen in the playoffs happen. Brad Marchand decides to just pinball around off of guys after the whistle like the Panthers are going to be doing all series long, like Brad Marchand has done all his career long. And Max Domi comes in and he smiles in his face. He got 2 minutes for cross-checking. We now go live to things that will shock no one. Bennett did not receive a penalty when he gave Nyes a concussion 2 years ago. The officials that night, Graham Skilleter and Chris Rooney, the same as tonight. Now, to be clear, the Leafs got 5 power plays in this game. They didn't make good use of them, okay? I am not saying that these refs are rigging games against the Leafs. I am simply saying they are awful at their jobs. Genuinely, embarrassingly terrible. These are some of the most experienced refs in the league. What do you say, dude? Oh, and this just broke in the middle of the video. I've only talked about 1 goal. Anthony Stolarz has been taken to a local hospital for further evaluation per sources. He's gonna get nothing. Anyway, you know who assisted on that goal? William Nylander, the first one that I'm trying to talk about. Max Pacioretty, which is crazy because he also assisted on the second one because William Nylander rips it again. Back-to-back 2-goal games for Willie, and the Leafs lead 2-0 because they killed off the Domi penalty. Now, the Leafs did a few silly goose things. Number 1, they got a power play and then they took a too many men on the ice call with the power play and no pressure on. There's no world, realm, anything where that's acceptable. That's garbage. Zero blame on the officials, all the blame on the team not friggin' paying attention. And what happens? Don't the Panthers score? Same way the Leafs scored on Bob. Stolarz is a really good goalie. Take away his eyes. And head later in the game, which I guess gets the job done. God, they're really gonna give him nothing. Anyway, Seth Jones with a seeing eye shot screen in front. It beats Stolarz. The Panthers are within 1 after a rocky start. But then Marner feeds Mo! Holy Mo! Rips it for his 3rd of the playoffs. Big Shelly, 2-goal lead regained. And Morgan Riley takes the franchise record for playoff goals scored by a defenseman with 14. Now, some fans of other teams might look at that and go, 14? Shut up! Playoff Morgan Riley is a thing. That's his 3rd, and the Leafs are up 3-1 after 1. Do you understand the Leafs didn't have 3 goals in a game against the Panthers in all 5 games in 2023? No, not combined. It wasn't that bad. But dude, they never scored 3 goals in a game against the Panthers. Except for game 5. They just didn't count one of them, you know? Man, okay, I'm starting to pick up on that. Okay. Second period, more of the same. Oh, and geez, I'm skipping over hits. Pacioretty had like a borderline hit on Sasha Barkov that led to a goal. Listen. No one... There were some bad hits in this game. That one might have been from behind. Pacioretty had another one on Nico Sturm where there was head contact. Was it illegal? Well, there was head contact. When Dmitry Kulikov nearly killed Pontus Holmberg, who then got up and made a play on the puck with his feet. Anyway, there was head contact there, but Holmberg got up somehow, some way. That's the hardest hit I think I've ever seen anyone take. Anyway, more of the same. This is very discombobulated, I'm sorry. And I got no voice. Chris Tanev gets the puck, and Tanev receives it like, this is weird. Someone gave me a puck that I wasn't asked to block. What do I do? What do I see them do? Oh, okay, I'm gonna fire this through traffic. And he did. But unlike when Chris Tanev is in front, the puck did not hit traffic. I thought Nyes got a piece of it. He didn't. He does get an assist, though. Chris Tanev's first of the playoffs makes it 4-1 Leafs. And that's how we head into the 3rd. With a cloud hanging over it because Stolarz leaves the game. Wool enters the game, does not get a warm-up, by the way. It's just such a sick league, dude. I know it's within the rules. I know they didn't know about the vomiting until later, but like that's so tough. We're learning more and more as the game goes that he was vomiting. We did find out at some point, like, he's not returning. Vomit because of head trauma given to him by Sam Bennett, by the way. Coward. Didn't talk to the media after. Coward. You can't return to the game. We didn't find out until after the game that he was stretchered out of the building or taken to hospital. I don't know if the Leafs knew this either. Like, they're worried about their friend, right? Like, I think that gets lost in all this. It's the playoffs, and you got to focus. Guys get hurt all the time. That's like an alarming sight. When was the last time you saw someone throwing up because of head trauma in the NHL? Not an apples to apples comparison, but like when John Tavares got stretchered off the ice game 1, 2021 against Montreal, like, you might not remember how you felt at the time, but at the time, I remember there was a very distinct feeling of, what, we're just going to play a hockey game now? But play a hockey game they did, and you had to continue. Weirdly, the Leafs lost that game. So you head into the third period. You got to be mindful of this lead here. It's 3 goals. Lots of room for error. And errors they made. I have been singing the praises of these players on this line. Brad Marchand, he's Brad Marchand. We all know who he is. Anton Lundell and Eetu Luostarinen. Pay attention. Dude, the Leafs had some good players on the ice while these guys were doing their thing in the third period, and they just did whatever they wanted. Complete defensive breakdown. Neither defenseman anywhere in sight. Scott Laughton's the only guy back there for some reason. Luostarinen, Wool has no chance on this one. Panthers within 2. Early. A few minutes later, that line's out there again. Dude, Tanev and McCabe are out there with a modified sort of shutdown line. Juvis Belinskis snipes the thing early. We are less than 5 minutes into the third, and the Panthers have pulled to within 1. And for the next 10 minutes or so, was it uncomfortable. Because the Leafs very aggressively have to go from full on, let's just keep it together and shut her down mode to, we kind of need to trade blows with these guys a bit. And the Panthers, who need a goal, were in need a goal mode, and nothing had to change for them. Oh, and they had the goalie that they started the game with because no Leaf ran their guy by punching him in the head and then cowered away from the media. Oh my God, he's such a piece of garbage. But with exactly 6 minutes left to play, Marner, the puck is at the blue line, and new dad, birthday boy, Mitch Marner, is like skating to the blue line in slow motion. I have no idea what he's doing. I don't remember if I said anything on the stream, but I was like, dude, what are you doing? Trust the dad brain? No, new baby brain is, do not trust new baby brain. But it worked here. Marner feathers it to a streaking Matthew Nyes. The kid is tough. The kid is big as a truck. The kid is fast. The kid's got hands. The kid backhands it in. Leafs, 2-goal lead restored, 5-3. It is amazing what a kid can accomplish when he doesn't have some idiot flying in, punch him in the head, and then choke slam him to the ice like Kane. No, not Evander. No, not Patrick. Yeah, wrestling, that one. Also acceptable, politics. Yep, no, Google it. It's 2025. It's not even the weirdest thing you Googled today. Go. Anyway, 6 minutes left. Well, that lasted for like a second. All right, exhale. They got an insurance marker. And I look up, I'm like, 6 is kind of a lot. Okay. But then time is winding down. It's winding down. It's winding down. The Leafs are doing a really good job here. They have chances to go up even bigger, and they're not able to do it. But the time is bleeding away in a decent fashion, and the Leafs are killing the clock in a decent fashion. And you know what? They're going to be okay. Sam Bennett, because of course Sam Bennett scores with 1:55 to go. Okay, full-blown panic! It's a really good shot that's deflected by Carlo, who was having such a good shift before that. Would Stolarz have stopped it? We'll never know, and the Leafs need to pick up their socks for Wool, who's the guy in net. And also, might I add, the goalie of record. But the Leafs with some good moves. Oh, I can't believe Matthews... I can't believe Matthews missed that empty net. But the Leafs, with some discipline, Marner, a big block, the clock winds down, and the refs are still shocking. The Panthers try to get one last zone entry. They are offside by 1.6 kilometers. That's a mile. While they are very, 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 very offside, Matthew Tkachuk goes for Mitch Marner, who sidesteps him, he cross-checks him, he hits him. All this is after the game, by the way. Let me see, did they even give him one of those stupid penalties that happened at the very end of the game, but it doesn't actually mean anything? Nope, didn't even get that. What a... Chris Rooney, Graham Skeletor, whoever that dude was who didn't see that the play was a mile offside, Congrats. Like, you guys gamed the system. Most other people in that building had to pay to be there tonight, and you guys got paid for that. Unreal. What a world. Now, post-game, Paul Maurice was asked about the Bennett thing on Stolarz. And the only reason I'm reading this is because Jesse Blake got the quote. Jesse Blake, my friend, my Steve Dangle podcast co-host of SDPN. I don't think Paul Maurice should get to speak. I don't think any of the Panthers should get to speak. I don't think anything they have to say is relevant or worthy of admission because they are cowards and didn't let Sam Bennett talk. I don't care what any of you have to say. There's one guy people wanted to hear from, and you let him hide in the shower after a loss. Boo and hiss. Anyway, here's Paul. Paul Maurice on the Bennett Stolarz play. The referee is standing right there when it happens. You will do your thing. The league will do its thing, and I will coach the next game. Hopefully. You know what? I got the voice. I'm going to try to do it again. The referee is standing right there when it happens. You will do your thing. The league will do its thing, and I will coach the next game. Hopefully. Ha 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 ha! Great one-liner. Great zingers as always. Prison rules, Paul. Where's Sam? I can tell you where Anthony is. The hospital. Awful. Awful. Awful, awful. The league. It's so obvious what happened here tonight. So obvious. You could have played it clean-ish. Hitting. There were some big hits going back and forth. That was a great hockey game. It really was. Leafs go up big, and there's some hits, and the Panthers come back, and there's some more hits, and they're mean and everything. That was a great hockey game. And what Sam Bennett did was not hockey. It was not a hockey play. It was him masquerading as a hockey player. This is now at least the third time he has done this. I'm not even including the cross-check to the back of Bunting's head. He did it to Nyes. He did it to Marchand. He did it to Stolarz. The punch while skating and makes it look like an oopsie. How many times are you going to be his fool? Now, this video's gone on long enough. I didn't get to questions. I think I answered some of them. Hey, let me tell you this. We're going to be recording the Steve Dangle podcast tomorrow, right around noonish, at the Sport Check at Maple Leaf Square, and I encourage you to come down, even if it's just for a few minutes. The Sport Check at Maple Leaf Square, Steve Dangle podcast, just before noon, and we're going to be going for, we'll probably be there till at least 1. For now, that is, and also the pre-show for Game 2. Listen to the podcast tomorrow. I forget what time. I'm so tired. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. How much you think I would get for George Paros's mustache on eBay?